How's it going, everyone? This is the Jose Show. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. I surely am having a great Tuesday. Well, as the usual, we have a lot of great tea to spill on today's episode of the Jose Show. So now let's get started, shall we? Now let's start off with Amanda Bynes. As we all know, Amanda Bynes recently requested to get her conservatorship terminated. Well, apparently, yesterday, Amanda Bynes' conservatorship just got terminated. Well, Bynes was not at the hearing in person, rather her attorney David A. Esquibias was there on her behalf. Prior to the court's decision, Esquibias told ET what's next for the star. He said that he is excited for her and that she is excited and that everyone's excited and that um, everyone's anxiously looking forward to Amanda living a life as a private and normal citizen. And then Escobillas also said that Amanda's parents have both been very supportive throughout the entire conservatorship and have helped her work towards a positive transition into the real world, which was the goal from the beginning of the legal arrangement. And he also said that Amanda has done very well in a very short period of time that she's been living at the structured community for women. Now she's able to live on her own independently and free of the conservatorship, besides normalcy as a person and a student. And that he knows that she is looking forward to what her next step is going to be. And then he also stated, Escobillas also stated, that professionally, one of the things that she's talking about is a fragrance line and possibly a clothing line. While she is concentrating on school, she is very creative, so she's trying to find an outlet for that, and that he has not heard of her saying that she's interested in returning to becoming an actress. All right, well, this is what I think. I think that it's wonderful that Amanda Bynes is no longer in that conservatorship and that now she's able to be independent of her own life. However, if Amanda Bynes is really responsible and has really been sober, then good. But if Amanda Bynes has been going on and off with her addiction, then that's not good at all. I mean, as far as what I'm hearing, yes, Amanda Bynes is not doing anything bad anymore, and she hasn't been doing anything bad for a long time now, like addiction, for example. But yet again, I've been having these feelings that she has been going on and off and on and off with her addiction because of the stuff that I would hear from the tabloids, of her going back to rehab, of her drinking again, of her struggling with this, struggling with that, you know. So that's the reason why I would keep on having these intuitions and these feelings that, well, maybe Amanda Bynes could not be doing good, or maybe Amanda Bynes might not even deserve to have this conservatorship, you know, or maybe she does, you know. Like, I've been so unsure about this whole entire situation, very unsure. But if Amanda is really responsible, like these recent tabloids are saying, then, you know, good for her, congrats to her, and I really hope she keeps it up with being sober, and I really hope she keeps it up with doing productive and good things for her own self, you know. And I really do hope that she gets a return to acting, and I really hope that she gets to do have her own fragrance line and have her own clothing line, especially because, I mean, it would be nice having to see stuff from Amanda, and especially because, I mean, Amanda, she is a creative person, you know, and just having to see stuff coming out from a creative person is something that a lot of us would love to see. So, I mean, I really, really hope Amanda goes this far with her career and with her path now that she's independent. And, you know, I wish her nothing but the best. I really do. You know, and another thing that I think about this is I think Amanda Bynes was extremely lucky to get her conservatorship ended because Britney Spears, she was under the same conservatorship under her father for the past 13 years, and she struggled to get out of that conservatorship for a very long time, even though she was sober for the past 13 years. So, um, for her, it was such a struggle that it even took her whole entire fandom to even fight for her and protest for her, in order for Britney to get out of that conservatorship, which thankfully she did, and thank God she did get out of that conservatorship. And now she's a free woman. But she struggled, and Amanda, it only took her one try, and she's already out of the conservatorship. So that's very, very lucky of her. And I think that the reason why Amanda Bynes was able to get out of that conservatorship is because Amanda is not a mom. And since the court sees that she's not a mom and that she's been sober for a while now, that's already giving her a privilege to get out of that conservatorship. And since Brittany is a mom and she still has underage kids, especially, that really made it difficult for the court to like decide if whether or not they really want to get Brittany out of that conservatorship or not. So it really had the court thinking like crazy, and it really gave the court a really hard time to decide. So I think that could be the case as to why Brittany ended up being in that conservatorship for 13 years while Amanda Bynes, um, and it took so many tries for Britney Spears to get out of that conservatorship, while Amanda Bynes was only in that conservatorship for like a few years and ended up getting out of that conservatorship for just in just one try at the court. So I mean, that right there is, something that I've been looking at definitely. But anywho, congrats to Amanda Bynes for getting out of that conservatorship, and congrats especially to her family that now they are living in peace. Now they are happy to see Amanda grow as a person and see Amanda do bigger and better things with her own life. Alrighty then, so now from Amanda Bynes to now Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner just welcomed her 20th grandchild on Saturday, which, by the way, the whole entire Jenner family is very happy to welcome Caitlyn Jenner's 20th grandchild, which is the son of Burt Jenner. And Burt Jenner happens to be the son of Caitlyn Jenner. And Caitlyn Jenner, of course, is not just happy, but also very excited to the point that she even shared it on her Instagram account on how happy she is to have a granddaughter, because she welcomed a granddaughter. So, anywho, this is exciting news, and you know what? This isn't even the first time that the Jenners get to welcome a baby into the family. This is like the second time this year that the Jenners get to welcome a baby into the family, because the first time was a few weeks ago when Kylie Jenner welcomed her child. So this is pretty amazing. The Jenner family is growing, and that's something that a lot of people, of course, love to see, especially the Kardashian fans and the Jenner fans, and of course the Kardashians themselves and the Jenners themselves. So this is amazing, and I personally think that this baby girl is going to be in very good hands, because I can tell that Burt Jenner and Burt Jenner and Valerie are going to be very good parents. I can tell that both of them are going to be responsible. They're going to be on the lookout. I can tell that both of them are going to be good guidance too, especially because, I mean, they seem very dedicating. I can just tell. And especially with Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner seems like a very dedicating grandmother and a very dedicating person. So that's another thing. And especially Kris Jenner. you know, the mother of the Kardashians. I can tell that she is definitely gonna be, you know, very dedicating and supportive in this new addition to the family. But anywho, congrats to the Jenners, especially to Caitlyn Jenner, on the coming of her 20th grandchild. Which, by the way, the grandchild is weighing 10 pounds 4 ounces and 21 1/4 inches long. And by the way, Burr is the son of, which happens to be the father of this newborn. Well, he is the son of Caitlyn and her first wife, Christy Scott. So that's another deep right there. So yeah. Alrighty then. So now from Caitlyn Jenner to now, 90 Day Fiance. Alright. So Tom proposes to his girlfriend Mariah and gets rejected. Yes. Alright, so Tom, who's known for dating 90 Day Fiance star Darcy and lives in England, said that he's been dating Mariah for a year and has been incredibly happy with the relationship. He described Mariah, who lives in Las Vegas, as loving and romantic for her part. Mariah said that while their long-distance relationship was challenging, Tom was very attentive. Well, Tom said he was asking Mariah, who has traveled to England to visit him 13 times, to marry him during her next visit. He said he was willing to move to Vegas because Mariah can't move to London because she has 2 sons. Tom ended up planning a romantic picnic and proposed. He told Mariah he loved her from the moment he saw her. And this is what he had to say. You're the kindest, sweetest, most wonderful person I've ever met. And I love you with all my heart, and I don't want to live without you, and I got you something. I adore you, and I want you to be my wife. Tom then took the engagement ring out of his pocket, but Mariah told him that she couldn't accept it. Well, this is what she got to say. I can't take that right now. I can't take that right now. Thomas, I'm sorry. Well, Tom comforted her and told her it was okay. He told cameras that he felt numb. And then he went on and said that he felt like he made a mistake and that he felt foolish and that he feels hurt for asking because he loves Mariah and that it has not changed. All right, this is a pretty tough topic. See, this is the thing. When it comes to loving someone, you really need to make sure that the person that you love actually wants to marry you and is actually ready to get married to you. Not just automatically assume, you know. And another thing that I have to say is, when you get to realize that the person actually gets to, that the person actually loves you and the person actually is ready to get engaged to you, that's when you have already not just you know, bought the girl flowers or take the girl out on a date or just or tell her, oh, I love you and so. But I feel like in love, you have to prove more than that. You have to prove that you're a faithful person, that you're a good person, that you're 100% happy person and a committed person to a relationship and to a marriage, you know, so that way that person can be fully convinced that you actually are serious about the relationship and that and so that way the person can actually say yes to you in an engagement and end up marrying you. You know, I feel like that's how it should be, in my personal opinion, instead of it just being, oh yeah, I feel like she is gonna want to marry me, so I'm gonna go off and propose to her. No, I don't think that's how it works in a relationship, and it's difficult, but I mean, it's the truth. And then another thing that I have to say is, I mean, for the women out there that are really expecting for a man, to approach to them, I feel like y'all women need to just step up and need to be like, listen, I love you, but right now is not the time. And right now, we just need to take it slow and we need to just focus on each other, and that's it. Just to keep that relationship smooth and to not cause any awkward moments like this where an engagement gets rejected, you know? And then once that relationship goes smooth and it goes slow, and then the both of them know that they're ready for each other's, well, especially the woman, not just the man. The woman also knows that she's ready. Then the engagement can get accepted. So that's what I'm trying to say in this situation here. So it's all about being ready, and it's all about knowing who you want in your life and knowing if that person is actually the one for you in your life. Because here's another thing that I have to say: there have been many mistakes in the past where an engagement gets accepted, and then all of a sudden the girl or the guy finds out that their significant other is not for them, because they find out that their significant other is not faithful, is a complete jerk, is an abuser, or is a stalker, or God knows what. Because unfortunately, that has happened in failed marriages, which is what gets the marriage to fail. And that is, not good. And so that's why I'm saying is, take it slow and make sure that the person's actually for you, especially because a marriage should last for an eternity. It shouldn't be that kind of marriage that will last for just 1 or 2 years and goodbye. No. So that's what I think about this. So let's just see what's next for the 90 Days Fiancé stars, and yeah. Alrighty then, so now from that to now, the CMT Awards. Well, the 2022 CMT Music Awards now have their lineup of performers. Miranda Lambert and Little Big Town are among the performers. Well, the CMT Music Awards is known for bringing some of the best world premiere performances and biggest collaborations, and this year is no exception. The first round of performers announced include Kelsey Ballerini, Kane Brown, Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, Miranda Lambert, Little Big Town, Maren Morris, Carly Pearce, and Keith Urban. Morris will take the stage with her love, Ryan Hurd, while Cole Swindle will be joined by Lainey Wilson for a performance of their fiery duet, Never Say Never. Many of the performers are set to go head-to-head against each other in some of the evening's fan-voted categories. Brown, Combs, Johnson, Lambert, Morris, and Swindle and Wilson are all up for the Video of the Year award. Pierce, Morris, and Lambert will see each other in the Female Video of the Year category as well. Last week, the nominations for this year's ceremony were announced. Brown takes the lead with 4 nominations, followed by Ballerini, Mickey Guyton, Bredlin, and Cody Johnson with 3 nods. Additional nominees include Tenille Arts, Priscilla Block, Her, Paul Klein, of Lainey, Mackenzie Porter, LV Shane, Caitlin Smith, and Brittany Spencer. More performers and presenters will be announced in the coming weeks. Alright, and the 2022 CMT Music Award, hosted by Ballerini and Anthony Mackie, will air live Monday, April 11 at 8 p.m. Eastern / 5 p.m. Pacific Time on CBS, and will also stream live on Paramount+. All right. Well, this is pretty cool that they are having this huge, phenomenal lineup. I surely think that Kelsey Ballerini, Keith Urban, her are phenomenal artists. I think that they are amazing. They have great voices. And I think that they're going to kill it in the stage because, I mean, not only are they phenomenal, but also they've been, killing it in the game with their music. They've been killing it in the game with their performances, especially, you know. So that's what I think. And I think that the CMT Awards are going to be one of the biggest award shows this year, especially because, I mean, of the lineup. Another thing that I have to say is I think that I feel like it's so wonderful how the how country music has their own award show, you know? Because I feel like country music is not really all that recognized as much as pop and R&B and hip hop music are, you know? That's my personal opinion. Because I feel like nowadays it's the pop music, it's the hip hop music, especially that are just highly recognized and they're highly known and this and that and they're highly in the charts, and country music is like more not as relevant anymore in my opinion. And I'm just saying this from my own perspective, from my own point of view, you know. So that's pretty awesome that the country music has their own award show. So anywho, that's awesome that they have their own, that now they have more performers for this year's award show. So please do not miss it, guys, on April 11th on CBS. All right, so now from the CMT Awards to now, Beyonce. Well, Beyonce is reportedly in talks to perform King Richard original song from Compton tennis courts during Oscars. Well, variety sources close to the show report that the singer's camp has been in deep talks with the award show's producers to coordinate a satellite performance of her King Richard track, Be Alive, a contender for this year's Best Original Song. The performance could possibly open the show and reportedly be broadcast live from tennis courts in Compton, California. The location is a significant one as the courts serve as the former practicing grounds of sports legends Venus and Serena Williams, whose relentless drills under the eye of their father in their youth, Richard Williams, were recreated in the Will Smith-led Best Picture nominee. Well, this is pretty amazing in my opinion. Well, this is what I personally think. I think it's amazing how they're gonna have Queen Bee, the legend, the icon Queen Bee, open this year's Oscars. Well, they're planning to, because I mean the Oscars are one of the biggest award shows, and it's like the biggest award show of film around the world, you know. And Beyonce is one of the biggest pop singers, one of the biggest singers of all time, you know. So that right there is awesome how they're having one of the best singers of all time open in a huge award show like the Oscars. Very amazing. Well, here's another thing that is being said. Beyonce was spotted filming at Agnew Park tennis courts in Compton on Sunday. The eyewitness says it was a very large production crew and that security was incredibly tight, so much so you couldn't even see inside the tennis courts where they were filming. They believe the filming was connected to this Sunday's Oscars. So this is where the speculation is coming from, you guys, you know. And then, although some residents reported seeing Smith over the weekend at the same location, the eyewitness did not see him. Crews are currently still at the location for cleanup, which is expected to be completed by the end of today. Well, this is pretty amazing in my opinion. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens this Sunday at this year's Oscars, if Beyonce is gonna open or isn't gonna open this year's Oscars. Um, we never know. We never know. But you know what? If Beyonce is gonna open, good for her. I wish her nothing but the best. I really do, and I think that Beyonce is gonna have the most amazing, not just wardrobe, but performance of all time if she ends up performing. And I think that, of course, she's gonna stun the whole entire audience. You know, so that's my take on this. So anywho, let's just have our fingers crossed. Let's hope that Beyonce does open for this year's Oscars, and you know, let's just see what this year's Oscars in general have to bring for us this upcoming Sunday, which by the way are going to be airing live from Los Angeles this Sunday, March 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on ABC. Don't miss it, you guys. Alrighty then, that is it for today's show, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Jose Show, and I'll be back with more hot tea, that's for sure. And also, please follow me on social media. Please, I really do want me some more followers. I really do want me some more fans and supporters. So, that is it for today. Till next time. Peace.